Living life on my own terms, spinning these facts in my own words. Call it truth, I never defer. I'm going places, no need a chauffeur, no sir. Procrastination will lead to stagnation. I ain't got the patience for the frustration. Been there or done that, no going back. Motivated forward on this roadmap. Like a 67 DeVille on chrome wheels with a sunroof, I'm in that own steel. Dreaming big, play to win, took an L. Got up again, just a simple cycle, the slightest success of vitals. Maybe I'm righteous, stepping over my rivals in this haiku, hachu. Bless you as a slave beats. In his horns and just Gillespie, You still think we need a hook on there?
Nah.
One day it'll all make sense. Till then, we got a battle with a truck and a piss. While I'm pumping, let's get 50 counting good residents. Out to represent me along with Mexicans. Whether Jew or Muslim, atheist, gay or straight. Really, I just want us all to win. We're all human, no such thing as an all to piss. We all breathe the same oxygen. Real shit, homie. Burnt bridges from the fake and phony. Yeah, scoffing for once, but they know me. Many be so quick to judge. Hypocrites disguised as holier than thou, but really living foul. Guess they just living in the now right now. Took a bird's eye view from the clouds. Why this one sound like miles? Say a let's be, Kill, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta shoot a video for that, but I don't know what you see, man.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I almost see it being like a jazz club almost. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know I'm thinking out the box and I don't know no jazz musicians out there, but it'd be dope like if you was on stage rapping, got the shades on, like like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like or some old Miles Davis, you know what I mean? And then got the band behind you and everything like that. Like that would be dope. It's just damn, how can we pull something like that off? I mean it's doable. It's doable. Or there's always go against the grain, and because that's what I would see for that.
Right.
Then you can always do the exact opposite of what you would see for it. But yeah, we definitely gotta shoot a vid for that because I think that's dope. The beat is dope, and you killed it with the rhyme. So I definitely, you know, because nowadays I feel like if you don't drop a video, that's the only thing with sight. Like, you know what I mean? No matter how dope a song is, I feel like if there's no visuals behind it, you're lost.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I started doing these congregation videos, just so people could at least get the video and see some of the behind the scenes stuff. You know what I mean? But it's almost like without that video, it's like you lost. Because the video adds so much to it. You know, you get to see the person, you get to, you know, we're living in a time now where we want to see through Facebook Live and everything live, we want to see everything.
Exactly.
You know,
it's kind of funny that you said that too, because not necessarily with the videos, but when you say like Facebook Live and all that stuff, it's like we kind of the generation we live in or the society we live in now is kind of like a stalker in a sense. Because everybody want to see what you're doing.
Right.
Whether it's you're eating breakfast, somebody wants to see that. Somebody wants to be part of your daily routine.
Right. And that's the craziest part to me because my sister was showing me like these YouTube shows that she'd be watching. I'm like, but it's just a family and their kids. Like who cares? Like who cares about that? Like I care about behind the scene footage of this. Like, you know, I wish there was iPhones and stuff like that when they was recording Come Clean. And, you know, think of how much footage we would have those sessions, you know, but if you didn't have somebody in the studio with the whole big camera rig on their shoulder back then you don't have any of that footage, you know. So I've always loved behind the scene footage, but like you said, when it gets to just people being like, you know, I'm just feeding my kid and we're watching that, like, you know, it's bugged to me. But I mean, people like it, so that's the whole thing. That with the music, I almost feel like if we don't have a video, I don't even care if it's just sitting out in front of your house. You know, you gotta have something coming with it with some type of visual for people to, because we're so. My man hit me the other day about this. I don't know if you heard about this podcast that Lorenz Tate and Larry Fishburne have.
The story joint?
Yeah.
I still haven't listened to it yet, but I have it.
He told me about it. He was like, yo, you gotta watch it. I've just never been an audio person like that. Like even with going to church, you know, T would give me, listen to the CD. It's like, I can't. Like, you gotta give me the DVD. That's why even with the podcast, that's why I was like, I gotta do Google Hangout, because I was like, I wouldn't even watch my own podcast or listen to my own podcast if it wasn't visual. Like, I need to see all this stuff in the background. I need to see those things. You know what I mean? I can't just sit there and just. And I think now more than ever, that's how our society is. So it's like we can come up with this incredible music, but if we don't have visuals to match it, and I knew it was Bug. I think it was Big Boy's first album. When I brought it, it came with a DVD of like 8 videos for like already shot, like it's already done. Like, you know what I mean? So that's we definitely gotta come up with a video for that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll brainstorm on that and figure something out. But that is dope, man. It's definitely dope. It's definitely dope. All right, play me some beats or something, man. I want to hear something crazy, man.
Nobody else will care. For I know you need understanding.
Deadly words count like machete, raining in with confetti. Cruise the track like some Pirellis with Andretti. Playing track 2 off of Machiavelli. Only Bible visionaries striving to be more than legendary. If it ain't progression in the secondary, not a worry or a thought like Steph Curry shooting way beyond the art. It's natural after putting those hours in, spitting you these violins. Take it back to samples on a Roger Lynn and grab some rare records out the dollar bin. Holla kid, standing on a monolith, steadily rocking it. While other rap dudes sound preposterous, but I ain't even knocking them, cause that's a lane that I don't follow. And to be honest, I don't acknowledge them, so why bother them? Cause this is grown folk combo, and I ain't cutting records for adolescents with a mumbling song flow.
Yo, that's crazy, B. You did that?
Yeah.
That's stupid, man. That's for your album?
No, I would have wrote that. That's the rhyme for.
For the joint.
It was for Gulp.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, put that on there. That's crazy, B. And what sample is that?
Good question. I don't know.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
I don't even know. I can't remember, man. I gotta dig and find it.
That's stupid, man. I mean, yeah, let's do something like we could do 3 apiece for it.
Okay.
So you produce 3 and I produce 3.
That's fine with me.
That sounds boss shit. Now you gotta make me go home and make the beat, man. Shit.
Yeah, if you want, we can, chop some stuff up here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't write a hook yet for this one.
All right.
Misery loves an audience that'll applaud your failures without accomplishments. And Lord help you if you really on some honestness. I'm just admonishing, as many won't acknowledge it. Gotta watch these saboteurs though. Those guys themselves is bro who really wanna see you fold. Like a bad hand in these bad lands, everybody's fan till it's time to throw up and jazz. And life's tribulations, I made a test of patience, seeking for a better way to deal with frustrations. Same time trying to remain humble and focus. Peak game on the type you always notice. They'll never have your best interest at heart, praying for your downfall like a thief in the dark. The way they keep their poker faces kinda viewed as an art. So if you don't pay attention, they will rip you apart, and that's real.
Yo, I don't even remember this beat. I don't even remember making this beat, man.
That was one of the first ones you sent me, and I was going through all the beats. And when I took to my old phone, I still had beats on there. And I came across it. Used it.
As I'm putting these words on paper, affirmations to be greater while causing in my favor. Play the hand I'm dealt and never fold. They say the game is to be sold but never told. Life is trial and error on this road. It ain't easy no matter how it's perceived. See, I'm speaking from my experience, not what is on TV, but seeing is believing. Even when testing your faith, something so innate while others doubt it just to make the bait. Check it, be the best you than an awesome fraud. A wise man told me once to accept my flaws, cause God is everything. You're made in the creator's image, so confiding yourself cause you'll never win it. It took a bit to understand what he meant when it really was simple. When it is, it's really deep. When you're building a temple with a foundation that is solid, with the proper knowledge, got it with the right answer and a clear focus. I ain't talking college, no.
I think the dopest thing is I don't even remember that beat. Yo, I be going through old beats like, yo, I don't even remember making this beat. I don't remember making that beat at all, man. Yeah. So it's been sitting for like a couple of years.
You gave me that. How you gave me that one? I think like last summer.
Wow. Yeah, I don't remember. But hey, it's all good. It's all I don't want to touch nothing. What's this?
So that's the wheel. So pretty much this.
So like this equivalent to the old joint. What this is, what the knob would be on the old joint.
So you got the MK2, right?
Yeah.
So I think so, because I have the one before like the original one.
Right.
So with this one, so you can like, you know, jog through different scenes or whatever pattern.
Then you said with this joint, you ain't even gotta look at the computer screen, right?
I rarely look at the computer unless I have to. Like, you know, if I'm lost, I'm still getting used to some of the stuff. But
right,
you
can, mix right here.
You can arrange from here.
Wow.
That's the only time I do look at the screen is when I'm arranging.
Okay.
So I don't like that.
Okay.
But,
what beat you got in here now?
It's just a template.
Oh,
it's
okay.
nothing up. And you can browse, you know, the different samples and also your plugins, your effects and instruments. So I got all these are my instruments.
Okay. So you could just scroll through everything right here. That's dope, man. And they had a sale on this joint, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think they coming out with something new, or it was
that's the price, man. This is dropped down to
I would drop down.
Yeah. It's like $7.99 now.
So you like this much better?
Yeah. Only just for travel now, man.
Oh man.
I mean, it's just, you know, doing the same thing but with more.
Right.
And I like with the MK1, I was getting freezing a lot.
Okay.
So it's none of that. It's just pretty flawless, man.
All right, this is the move, right?
Yeah. I got this. Oh, I got this running through here too. So.
Yo, how do you hook all this stuff up, B?
I don't know, man.
See, that's the thing with me, dog. I'm just a producer. Like, that's it, man. Like, I had to go when I got the machine and the Pro Tools. I had to go to Guitar Center, and I just looked for a black dude because I figured a black dude would know what the hell he was talking about. And this dude literally had to write a diagram for me on how to hook on. Me and equipment we ain't cool like that.
Well, because that's like the work I do.
Right.
I'm working on stuff. So the best way, the easiest way to figure stuff out is input and output. If it has an input and output on it, you're good to go for the most part.
All right.
So yeah, so I got this running through here through MIDI.
Okay.
And I got MIDI out coming through back in the head. Got this running audio into the interface. So, and I think the USB is hooked up. Yeah. So
now, what's the hoopla about the move? I heard Dilla had one.
Well,
everybody swears by these things. What's the hoopla with that?
Personally, for me, I like synthesizers, and I always wanted a move for one. I mean, well, not just because Dilla had one. Right. My favorite producer, but I always wanted one because of the sound. Like, I can't really explain the sound to other people. Some people get technical. I just like that warm sound with synthesizers, and sometimes I don't like sampling from records, like the 80s synths and stuff like that. So I like to have one of these, and then I also have the plug-in VSTs. But having an outboard gear as opposed to digital, the sound is different.
Now let's keep it funky, B. Do you know what all these knobs do? Because this really looks like a airplane right now.
All right, like I said, I can't get technical. Let me just show you. Let me turn this off.
This look like some old NASA space center right here.
It's not. It's really not as technical as it looks. Let me close this out real quick. So I have an initialized preset. It's just the default sound. So I normally keep it on there and just start. Just like the filter.
Okay.
So yeah, oscillators.
Bass lines you're playing on this?
Yeah, I'm playing. This is just basic bass that I pretty much just made.
Okay.
And you just start getting into LFOs and stuff.
What's the LFO, B?
I can't give you the definition of it. Like, look at them, LFO. I'm not going to give you all this technical jargon that people saying. Right. It does this and does that. No, for me, I know this button can help it make sound good. You know, and I'm still reading the books. And
so
stuff.
LFO makes it sound good
For me, you
right.
know. Now someone's gonna see this and like, he talking a bunch of shit.
Nah,
no, I'm saying, so you know how people get.
Nah, but to me, that's the whole game, man. It's about making it what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When cats think about it, you know, the SP12 wasn't made to do hip hop.
Right.
You know, and turntables weren't made for DJs. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's about what we make it, what we wanted to do for us.
So these are like modulators over on this side, and you got the arpeggiator. So I'm still learning this thing.
Okay.
So right now, I'm always staying like in this area.
But you're good with it. You're happy you brought it.
Yeah, I'm happy I bought it. So like literally since I got it, I haven't really sampled from.
Oh, what?
I just turn it on.
Okay.
And if you know, obviously something comes, I'll use it. So like, I'll play something real quick. And I'll send you sounds like that I created just so you can mess around and tell me how it sounds. Like. I'm just trying to have fun with it.
Yeah, it's wild because Trust hit me the other day about these joints where they got all these sounds and everything, and I'm just like, it's so much to take in. You know what I mean? Because me being so old, I'm just samples. You know what I'm saying? So Trust will send me some stuff like, look at this. I'm like, wow. And then you hit me with all this. It's like, I just gotta, hey man, it's a step by step.
Yeah.
Like I just got to the machine. It's like what Chris Rock said, you graduated high school, you just got your GED, you gonna go to college. Just wait a second.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. You know, that's why I always come to you for all this technical jargon, because I literally just Quest said it once, man. You know, we get drum machines and we just find out how to sample, and I ain't never picked up a book since.
Exactly, and that's like. See what the manual is, right?
That's
the manual. So,
this ain't bad, B. I thought it was gonna be some more.
Nah, I've read half of it, but at the end of the day, you know,
I'm just about making it do what you wanted to do.
Exactly.
This ain't bad. I thought it was gonna be some old thick college chemistry test
Nah.
or whatever.
Checks, my MIDI manual is way thicker than that. I got it put away somewhere, but that thing is like that thick. And I only read like 4 pages out of it. Like, man, I got time to read all of this stuff right now. I got a life.
Now, when you mixing, what is some of your techniques for mixing? Do you like with the Anymore joint? Like, you know, I was for T's vocals. I was seeing this thing about, you know, chorus doubling. I had a triple with it pan, 2 of them pan to the right and to the left, 1 in the middle. How do you? What are some of your joints?
Like. I don't have a set way on doing stuff. Like the song is already played for you. All right, so when I'm normally doing music with other people, I normally let them mix their own stuff, and I'll ask them, "Do you need me to mix?" I'm still a novice at, you know, mixing vocals and stuff. Like, well, at least when I mix my beats and stuff, they sound really good. But when I'm mixing vocals, I try to get a second and third opinion, tell me how I sound. What can I do better?
Right.
I'm just still getting into learning that. Like on this song, I got my wife to sing on the hook, on parts of the hook, so it still came out good, which I was surprised. So what I normally do, I go to YouTube and go to people like, I think it's Dave Pasando.
Okay.
Watch some of his tutorials, Busy Work Beats.
Okay.
There's a couple other people, but those are mainly the 2 that I go to and watch their videos and just pick up those techniques and just implement them. You know? And I try to stay away from, you know, those technical cats who, like frown their nose up at us that do stuff at home instead of sending it out to people. Like,
they frowning their nose up because they ain't getting no money.
Yeah,
that's why they frowning their nose up.
Like, I ain't got money like that. You know, if I got the equipment, I'm gonna do it in the house. If I know, hell, I learned how to master off YouTube, so in some books.
Right.
You know, if it sounds good to me and it sounds good to the next person, and I don't care what the tastemakers have to
Now
say.
you can master through Logic?
Yeah. You can do a lot of stuff with Logic.
Okay.
And I have like Waves plugins. I have a lot of different plugins that I use, but for the most part it sounds good. It ain't like distorted. But the best thing that I learned is mix slow. When you mix slow, you know, you have more headroom. Okay. So it's kind of like baking a cake. You know, how eggs keep things together. And you don't want to add too many ingredients because it overpowers the taste, and well, you don't add enough because it's going to be bland.
Right.
So that's how mixing is for me.
Okay.
So I'll play this.
dig the concept of the rhyme too.
Yeah.
So you said that's for your new album?
It's either album or EP. I'm still trying to figure out how many joints, because like the way, like how the music is now, everybody dropping EPs or 4 albums, and people's attention span is not really that long.
Yeah, I was talking to Bezo today, man. We about to take it back to 12 inches, man. Just the A and the B side.
Yeah, the A and B side. You know, I was thinking about the name for your project too. I was thinking about calling it the B side.
There you go, baby. That's it right there. Because, you know, the whole thing is, I think it was Joey Badass was saying something like, yo, I put all this time and effort into this album, I drop it, and like a week later, the fans is like, what's next? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, the attention spans are so quick.
Yeah.
And it's like, where I'm like telling Cass is like, yo, you heard the new Styles P to Live, or you heard the Joey, and I'm like, yo, I'm living with this Kendrick for 2 weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a line to get into my rotation, because I'm like, we go through music so fast.
Exactly.
Now I'm like, yo, I just want to sit and chill with Kendrick for a minute. I'll get to Joey, I'll get to Talib and them. Let me just chill with, you know what I mean, for this. But I think so many people's mindsets is just, we're so used to people just putting stuff out that it's like, all right, boom, we put out the album. It's like I said, my man Mills always said, there's always more build up for the album than when the actual album drops.
Right.
It's like, it's all this build up to the new Kendrick. Then when it drops, it's like 2 weeks later, you like, same
what's
thing.
The next project?
D'Angelo, 14 years we waiting on this dude. You know what I mean? The album dropped December. By January, we like, you know, when the next album out, you know, so it's like we're not even taking the time to digest the music anymore. So, yeah, that's definitely like, even with Site's project, you know, putting out this EP first, and then, you know, going from there and everything like that to do the album. So, I mean, there's definitely at least 2 more slots, you know what I'm saying, if you're trying to, you know, submit some stuff.
Definitely. Probably hitting like with something.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to call them fiends.
Right.
How consumers, or they consider us consumers or whatnot. But it's like, you know, as soon as you drop something, it's what is the next best thing? It's with everything, movies.
Yeah.
Equipment.
Right. But the way that I'm trying to do, like even with Site's project, is like, boom, we're gonna put out this Love Don't Live Here Anymore, and I'm gonna just push that for a good month. You know what I'm saying? And even layering stuff, because what I mean by that is, because what would happen is, say we had the Love of all the blogs. What happens, it goes 2 Dope Boys, goes Nah Right, it's on everybody blog at the same time. I'm actually pushing promotion back, like layering it. Like, I'll get to these 5 blogs this week. I'll get to these 20 blogs next week. I'll go to these 50 blogs. You see what I'm saying? So that it's not like you going to all the blogs. And that's essentially what happens. You know, you find a hip hop blog you like I remember 3, 4 years ago, it would be all these blogs, and I'd be at all of them. And then eventually it just watered down. You know what? I could just go to 2 Dope Boys and basically get what I'm gonna get everywhere else. But if you layer and you push the promotion, you know what I mean, and don't give it to everybody at the same time, then it kind of makes it live a little bit longer. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing with the Any More joint. Just gonna try and let that live for a minute, then drop the EP, let the EP live for a month and a half, which is like 2 years in 2017, and then come with the album, to just try to get it to certain people at different times, so everybody's not on it at the same time. I think for a long time that people thought that was the blessing, like everybody's talking about my stuff at the same time, but the problem is everybody's talking about it at the same time for 2 minutes.
Right.
Then it's on to the next, versus let this crew of people talk about it. It's almost like high school. Let the freshmen talk about it this week. Boom, then we're gonna get to the sophomores in 2 weeks. Then we're gonna give it, you know what I mean? We're gonna let the school build around it, instead of it just being, we're gonna drop this on Monday, and then by next Friday the school's bored with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the way I'm like taking a marketing approach for the Site joint, and just moving forward with joints like that too.
This one I didn't produce.
Who did this?
A dude named Jimmy Yee out of Cali.
It's kind of wrong for no man what she said. Hey, man, shut up, bitch. All right. Keep your head up and your foot on your neck, so never let up. Chasing your dreams, if you fall, you better get up, cause nothing beats a failure but trial and error. facts like that 5-letter word. Success is where I'm tethered and concerned with these herbs. Led to the slaughter like a flock of geese that never made it cross the street through the tire to screech. You're bringing chicken with a Mack truck. You rap tough, but that act don't really stack up. The math is off, subtract the whack, it'll settle the odds. Add the dope when I pedal these bars, swear to God. I ain't in search of a record deal. I'm alright, and that's how I feel. The honesty is real. This is pure dedication and skill, like the 95 Bulls will feel. Keep your head up.
You know, and that's the thing that if we, and I think as artists, you just think you're always going to be popping. You think you're always going to be great. You know, and because as artists and athletes, they make so much more money. If I made enough money, I would love to just bank all of T's salary and throw that in the savings and just live off of mine. Mm-hmm. I don't make that much. Right. We don't make that much. You know what I mean? Right. So, but that's the thing that these artists, they live a lifestyle in hopes that they'll keep being double platinum and triple platinum mm-hmm. and selling this. You know, artists had no idea the streaming was going to happen.
Nobody did.
I'm sure if they did, they would have been like, hold tight, like let's. Same thing with the housing market. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody, we didn't see it coming. You know what I mean? So, and when those things happen, it's like getting sucker punched. You don't see it coming and you get knocked the fuck out. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's what's happening to a lot of artists. They get knocked out because they're like, yo, I ain't getting no money. I'm not getting those residual. I'm not getting them checks, you know, coming in the mail like that no more. So now I got to do what I got to do. So now at this age, I understand it. Yeah, at 23, 24, I didn't understand it because it's like, yo, do it for the culture. Do it for the culture. I think the dopest line ever, and which one of the reasons I love Fonte so much, is on when Charity Starts at Home and he's like, yo, I do this all for hip-hop. And when I first heard it, I was like, see, here go these motherfucking niggas always talking that hip-hop. Do it for him. He's like, man, I'm like shit. I do this for my kids. And I was like, that's my nigga. Yeah. Like, that's real.
You keep it real.
That's real. Like, we ain't doing this for the culture at 43.
Nah.
I'm doing a portion. Yeah. If you look at a pie, the portion is going to the culture. But the bigger portion got to go to my happiness, mm-hmm. my wife's happiness, my kids' happiness of making money. So because we have 9 to 5s, it's easier for us to come in here and make music for the culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Because we ain't getting paid either way. Whether if we come in here and make a trap beat, whether we come in here and make a boom bap beat, it ain't really 9 times out of 10 affecting our pockets that much. Whereas for them, this is their 9 to 5. You know, the same way we gotta swallow crow every day and go into a job that we may like, they gotta do the exact same thing. And we just, I think now have to be mindful of that. It's just sad that, you know, there really is no culture left. Because when my man hit me the other day and we were chopping up, it's like, there's really no hip-hop culture. You know, there's no breakdancing. Nobody breakdances anymore. Nobody does graffiti. You know, my man hit me the other day and he was like, yo, what's your top 4 groups with the DJs? And I told him and he was like, man, don't nobody got a DJ no more. So 3 portions of hip-hop is done. The only thing that's left is the MC. Yeah. So there's really no hip-hop culture left. You know what I'm saying? So really, we're just really dealing with the music now. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're getting what we get. That's why these kids are being raised to just get what they get. Because there's nothing else that you can go outside and see, oh, they breaking. Oh, they doing graph. Like, I think it was Young Guru who was breaking it down. Like, yo, think about this. To be a graffiti artist, you had to, number 1, rob a store to get all this paint. Mm-hmm. So number 1, you could have went to jail just from robbing the store. Then you got to wait till crazy late at night. You got to jump fences with barbed wire, get chased by dogs and cops, to sit here and spray paint a whole car. Again, you could go to jail again for nothing. There wasn't a dime in this for you. Think about all those risks that you were taking. Sometimes on a daily, weekly, monthly, however you went out, how many times you went out. Think of that risk you're taking just to be able to sit at the writer's bench and be all city. Or just to be able to say that's my burner going through the Bronx right now. You did all of that for free. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like those risks, like that was for the culture, you know. But as you get older, I can't be 43. I can't jump no fence. You know what I mean? A cop is gonna catch me if I'm running down a train yard because I seen Beach Street. I ain't getting fucked up like Rainbow. Hey, give me a lawyer or whatever. Right. So you can't do it for the culture all the time when we're at this age, you know. So I mean, I guess it's a blessing and a curse that we have the jobs. It's a blessing, and that we're able to do this. The curse is that we wish we could get paid through our music. But the sad part about it is that we can't.
No, the way it is now, it's just crazy hard.
And it's crazy because it changed so quickly.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I did Finat's first album, I guess 6 years ago, it was like, yo, this is dope. I can do Bandcamp. You know, I could get on iTunes. I was just like, my brain was like just going crazy. Like, yo, CD Baby will give me a barcode, and I could do this and I could do that. Yo, we could really do this. Like 6 years ago, this conversation is totally different. It's like, yo, we may be able to eat. Like, we may not be able to quit jobs, but we could have some fun money, or you know, get a savings popping. And in 6 years, like all that is gone.
Yeah.
It's like you can say your stuff is on iTunes, but who's gonna buy it? Like your moms, you know, your cousin and them, they may not even buy
like
it.
You said, it goes back to someone buying a subscription. It's like they got it right there, they're just streaming it. And then even say you do get paid off of it, how many streams are you getting paid? And those streams don't even equal to the amount that you should be getting paid. So you're still getting paid probably a fraction of a fraction. It's like crazy, man.
But I think the thing is, for the most part, cats like us are the ones who are, you know, doing it for the love. You know, because I know at the end of the day, I mean, this ain't gonna help. You know what I mean? The most part that it can do is try to, you know, my big thing now is just trying to sell scripts, you know, doing the marriage coaching, stuff like that. Because I mean, I think your stuff sounds bananas. I think Sight stuff is sounding bananas, but it's just like at the end of the day, how many people are really gonna hear it? You know what I mean? And it kind of goes back to being all city, you know, where it's kind of just like, I'm happy just from that congregation video, all the love that Sight is getting. You know, so it's almost like we wanted to go all city for the props.
Right.
We're now just making music for the props. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it is dope that this dude hasn't put anything out, but just from that video, so many people are showing him love, you know, and following him.
You know, the crazy part though, somewhere, somehow, like someone's watching the first episode. Someone's watching the first episode of The Writer's Bench.
Right.
And somehow you're affecting their life.
Right.
Like, that's why I do it, and I know that's why you do it. You're, like, some kids, like, I want to be like them, or I want to do what they're doing. I don't want to do what I'm seeing. I don't want to throw nobody's name out. Right. Who's famous doing it. I want to do what they're doing. I have fun doing that. I have fun just fellowshipping, you know, doing. And that's just for some other people. So, affecting someone with some type of message you're putting out there. That's
and I mean, and like you said, but that's where we're back to. Yeah, we're back to doing this for the props. Yeah. Just so that other MCs can look at Sight and be like, yo, you ill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, yo, that's a dope beat, Kill, or that was a dope episode, you know, of whatever. So, I mean, you know, it, like I said, it's the blessing and the curse. It's the blessing just because, man, I think the hard part is just when you have a dream of doing something, and the industry turns it upside down. You know what I mean? When you really think about, I'm sure with reality TV, how many actors and actresses were out of work. You know, when you went from having all these network shows to now it just being, you know, reality shows all day. Yeah. You know, and again, we never see none of that stuff coming. You know, no actor probably saw, you know, I'm not going to have this job next week because something called reality TV, you know, the real world. You know, the real world with Heather B is going to take over the industry. You know, I'm sure somebody was laughing at that. Like, you know, somebody probably got fired. Like, yo, we should do reality shows like MTV. They was like, what? Man, get out of here, you know. And now you turn on the TV and that's all that you have, you know. So we don't even get to see what's going to affect our livelihood. You know, we really don't. And the sad part is it's almost like save everything, don't spend anything. But then what kind of life is that? Right. But then what kind of life is when you do spend, and even when you're not spending overly, like it's just like buying simple things, like, you know, and then when the storm hits type thing. So I mean, it's a struggle, man. But I mean, I'm digging this EP, man, and it's just figuring out again how to get it out there, how to get it to more people, because that's my thing. Is like I'm putting too much time. This is the most time I've ever spent putting in the mixing. Like I'm coming home every night mixing. Like with Finance album and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put a rough mix on it. That's it. I'm really trying to mess with some plugins and some effects and stuff like that. And it's just like my biggest thing is it's not about the money. I just want to make sure it gets heard. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like before on Bandcamp, it was about downloads. How many downloads? I just want to make sure people are listening to it. I want to make sure it gets heard. So that's why I said at the beginning, it's just trying to figure out what is the magic way to promote now. You know, what is the street team of the internet the way it was back in the 90s when you would go to New York and there was a sticker everywhere. You know, no matter where you went, there was a million stickers. You know what I mean? Like, what does that look like in 2017 with the internet? Like, how do I make sure everywhere that somebody goes, hip hop goes, that they're seeing Sight? You know what I mean? That they seeing you, that they seeing, you know, Yao or whatever like that. Like, how does that work? Or Vegas, you know? Because we've got, I mean, me and Vegas got 3 albums out there I think are extremely dope. But, and if it was Pete and CL, they'd be, you know, heralded across the world right now. But, you know, a lot of times people haven't heard. And I told Ev, that's the gift and the curse too, is that, yeah, it's old to us. But to somebody else, my Through the Wire CD that's 6, 7 years old is brand new to them. You know?
Hit your foot on their necks and never let up. Chasing your dreams and before you better get up. Cause nothing beats a failure but trial and error. Keep your head up. Hit your foot on their necks and never let up. Chasing your dreams and before you better get up. Cause nothing beats a failure but trial and error. It's a fine line between lies and realness. Clouded perception and thoughtless opinions. Ignorance is the new norm. It's educated millions given platforms. Why the hell for? To spread their rhetoric to the less intelligent. Guess it's evident in calculated negligence. Not to mention purposely malevolent, just to become relevant. It's cerebral, some excrement, but I digress. The progress, my mindset is some prowess, and the sound of the drum is my outlet. Without a plug, never been a street dude. Forget a validation just to get across views. But some I can't relate with. A honest conversation like blind followers in the cult's congregation. Sipping Kool-Aid in Jamestown. Meanwhile, I'm scribing the beats provided by J. McGee Sound. Keep your head up. Hit your foot on their necks and never let up. Chasing your dreams and before you better get up. Cause nothing beats a failure but trial and error. Keep your head up. Hit your foot on their necks and never let up. Chasing your dreams and before you better get up. Cause nothing beats a failure but trial and error.